Okay.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Today's Tuesday, November 18th. Go ahead with the board minutes for November 4th.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes from November 4th, 2025.
I'll second it.
Public comment. Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion been carried. We'll go ahead into correspondence. The first one's from Five Valleys Land Trust inviting you to our holiday party. Anybody wants to go December 5th? Next one's another season's greetings from Great West. Spring open house, they moved the stuff to get a new spot.
I kind of messed up and I want to give it to you nicely. Done. Thank you, ma'am. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, the next one's from Mako, and it's on join us for county elected officials training. And that's 3 days of training, 3 years of headaches avoided. December 10th through the 12th, and it's at the Delta Colonial Hotel. If anybody wanted to go, or if there's any new elected or
Okay, usually for newly elected officials, it's this. But just doing elected officials. I see. You should go to that.
If none of you
Not
don't,
paying
I
any
will.
attention to me.
I'm paying attention.
the next one's from
Maybe a
Department
basketball tournament.
of Transportation. It's Leanne Moyer, and it's on Granite County Inspection Summary Report and Granite County Bridge Summary Report. It goes through the deck rating and Bear Gulch Road, one on the Clark Fork River, repair suggestions, and they're just starting to study these bridges. We get this every
Quarter, I think.
update.
Yeah, I think it's quarterly.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I see them down there looking at that bridge up there, that crossover north and south one. And the next one's from Edward Simonich, and it's he's writing a letter to Burke. I think I haven't read this or nothing, but
Did this just come in this morning? Is that why it wasn't on the?
No, it's on there.
Oh, it was?
It's been
Oh, I
on there.
didn't see this.
I think we'll set that to the side and before we
Okay.
talk about it, cause didn't we send some other stuff that yeah, we'll just set that aside till we can talk to Blaine about it,
Okay,
and then I'll read it, cause I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, I want to read it a little better. I
I
didn't
didn't
see
wanna
that.
put it on the agenda until we know for sure with
Okay.
what, okay? We get a minute, we can all look at it and read it. The next one's
Did you
from
read this?
The next one's from Burke, and it's a revised public safety plan for Georgetown Dam, Flint Creek Hydro. And it's saying that the public safety is updated from April 8th, 2025. And the next one's, from Burke too, and it's on the emergency action plan update.
Is this one, did, Great West get this too?
Yes.
Yes.
So this corrective action number 1 has not been completely addressed.
Correct. That they are addressed, and I thought that was what we talked about.
Yeah, Great West knows, Jackie, we're all on a email chain.
So they just need to update the EAP.
Yes.
All right, the next one's from Matthew Clark, and he's on, reduction speed of going up the Hellville Canyon. And he wrote a letter,
It's kind of back and forth with the DOT.
yeah. This is totally between them. We
Yeah.
gave a letter.
Yep. And then he
to have
reached,
a look at it.
yep, he reached out to me and I said the speed studies, in the queue to be done. And that's kind of what came of that. But he's putting it on the county and the state both.
I talked to him about it before, and we needed to talk to the. It's nothing to do with the county. All we can do is give them, talk to them, they'll do a speed study, but
Yep.
until something's really, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
I tried to explain that. And that's it for correspondence. Public comment on correspondence? Does it say that?
More of the same stuff.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Betcha. This is your pen too.
Oh, thank
I
you.
am the pen. Have fun.
I look at that letter, Blanche.
Hmm?
I look at that letter. Read it while you
Back
got
to you.
energy. I disagree with him where he says this dam is not an irrigation dam. I totally disagree with that. Then you go to the back page and on second paragraph, number 2, and it says the water rights of the Point Creek ranchers are well recognized. They're on the one in front, he's saying it's not. And it's not just from the Drummond area ranchers, it's the whole valley. Did Blaine get one of them too?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it came through FERC and Jeremiah sent it to us.
That letter from,
Mhm. He sent it right to FERC and not to us. And then Jeremiah sent it.
So where's this road at?
yeah, you go out east of Drummond on the front of your road, take a left, 141, going towards Elmville.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's not our road. We gave a letter of them to study the speed. That's all we can.
That's out of our hands.
Our hands, we don't.
It's not even in Granite County,
That's in Grant County, but
It's
it's
state
not-
road.
it's a state road.
Okay, well, we'll move, go ahead and move into public comment, couple minutes, we
So public comment on anything?
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't know the protocol, but
I
I
just
just,
state your, come on up closer so we can hear you. State your name and you can sit down too.
so I'm Katie McDonald. I live at 51 Rumsey Road, which is south of the airport. The family ranch is west of the airport. And the issue about the beacon, I oppose having that thing on at night. I don't see it being a need. I look back at the old Google Earth photos. It seems like we have one less hangar than in the last, since 2005. I don't see a safety issue out there. Who uses the airport at night? I looked at one of the options was to put safety or obstruction lights up and run it at night. Well, that just compounds the, we don't need more lights in the valley. We see that beacon. I saw it when they tested it in the windows on the north end of my house. Seems to me the problem's out there. You have a weed problem and you have a deer problem. Why are we, there's much less than 1%. I figured if there's 1,000 people in Phillipsburg and there's 10 hangars out there, we're serving 0.0001% of the community. So seems it works just fine during the day when most of the use is, and we've gotten by just fine without the beacon. So I think it's just an unnecessary expense, and maybe if FFA won't allow you to run it by from the airplane, we'll work with FFA to change the rule instead of making us all see this. I mean, we see lights already creeping up all around the valley. It's obnoxious, and let's not contribute to the problem. So I don't want that beacon on at night. And that's all I have to say.
Thanks for your comment.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll pass that on. You have a letter too, or Dakota?
No, I can, I think
That's fine.
yeah. So thank you guys for letting me put some input in on that.
No problem. Thanks for coming in.
Uh-huh.
Any other public comment? I couldn't remember how I thought they studied that where they could click it, but
Well, even in the one option here, the Donovan sent back at option 1 where it says the pilot can turn it on. Just like the runway lights, so. I see, like.
I guess if they got it clear.
If medevac's come in, and honestly, in my thoughts, that'd be the only reason someone's landing at night would be medevac, and they would turn it on when they land. And I don't see why This should be on all night.
I know they used to have a beacon down Drummond, it was on 24 hours a day.
The old one here was too, but it wasn't as bright either.
Oh, yeah, that one down there, and, yeah, it has some weird colors, but, I mean, of course, nobody really lives, well, there is some people live around there. But you can see it all the way over to the cemetery and that, easy. I don't know, just have to see what they think.
Well, I just wonder why it's, like, the old one went straight at the sky, there was no light coming out as much, where it seems like this one. Maybe there's more light coming out to the sides instead of up.
I don't know, I guess it'd probably be whatever they had, you know, whatever.
Right, what they had put in, right,
They probably changed everything already, so.
so. Morning, Paul,
How are you guys today?
not bad.
A letter for you then. Well, put some rain down, didn't it?
Royal Rock Rick it did.
Holy Christ.
I don't know if that road's gonna hold that. It was,
It ain't.
I was going really slow and, oh, there's, I'm starting to feel the holes again.
Yeah, it for sure ain't holding
No,
on.
it was super on, what day we get that rain? Thursday, Wednesday, I can't remember, right after you guys played it and it opened up, I bet it rained half an inch that morning in about a half hour, I mean, it was just soup when I came into town, I was like, ooh.
Right, my bottom page is garbage. Yeah, up at the lake, it just looks like 6 inches of snow just melt. Actually, after that, down there.
I know, yeah, it rained all night on it, and then, yeah, it rained hard that one morning for about an hour.
We'll put this on the agenda for next week,
Why?
so we talk about it, we just got it.
Oh, well,
What's that?
He just handed me that. You wanna take that off now?
I do.
Or you do, before this winter, is that what you're,
what the deal is, I get my on here now?
no, but go ahead.
Well, what the deal is that we talked about that, you know, it's that little piece of asphalt up at Lakeshore Drive. And it's so, there's so many potholes and you can't drive through a period. And there's a couple big issues going on. One, we have to do something with that, or we won't have any plow, well, we just can't plow like that. But another thing, you know, we talked about filling a coal patch, you know, last week. And the problem is we can't get any coal patch. They're not making any coal patch this year because of the fact they never got enough ordered throughout the state. They gotta have 800 tons of coal patch and they never got it ordered, so they're not making any this year. So what'll happen is we use all we have fixing that. And so I called Cameron yesterday and talked to him about it, about tearing it up. And that was his response. And I asked him for an email so that we would have something in our file. And, I mean, I just think that's the thing to do. Obviously, we've got to do we're working on other roads right now anyway, we're buried. But, that's just kind of where we're at. If we don't do something with it, the only other way to fix it would be to load it to haul gravel in, you know, and fix it that way. But then you've got a bigger mess instead of just getting rid of that. And what that stuff is, it's old millings that came from the Denton's Point when they ground that up, I guess years ago. Johnny was saying that Richard was here when they laid it, and it was just big and chunky, and that's why we've had so much trouble with it, you know.
Got cold.
Yeah, I
or
don't,
something.
Yeah, I mean, it was millings to start with.
Oh.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. I mean, that's,
So can that be discussed today, or does it have to be, okay?
cause it's a road, but that's what I said, that, or we'd have to put on agenda, but if we wanted to get going on, we can address it as soon as he comes on. He can come on now. Is there any other public comment? being gonna go ahead and just move into what you were
Still-
talking about. You might explain it from.
Yeah, I
or
know.
not,
I was just gonna say,
start over.
start over and explain.
So that's a piece of road that's on Lake Shore Drive, that's that
Yes.
one little piece of asphalt,
Uh-huh.
and it's just destroyed.
Yeah.
And we wanna tear it up and then put gravel down. Talked about it several times, it is the best thing to do. And so now we have the approval from Cameron, go ahead and do it if you wanna do it, and I think that's my opinion, that's what we need to do.
Is is the Forest Service gonna put any money out for the gravel? How much gravel do you think it's gonna be?
I'd say maybe 8 belly dump loads or so,
So
but
they didn't offer any help putting gravel on it? Can we ask them for help
we
putting
can't.
gravel on it?
He asked me right away if we had any material to put on there because they don't. So, we're not gonna get any help from them this year, but why can't we add that to our
Yeah.
tally for Lake Shore?
Over beyond, yeah.
I mean, I don't know,
So probably 80 to 100 yards bigger.
no,
Oh, you said 8 times.
Yeah.
Never mind.
it'll take 8 belly
200.
dumps anyway, and you know, it just will. It'll take that much,
Yeah.
160, 200 yards, you know,
So would you try to do that this year or would it be next fiscal year?
no,
And try to get on it before the snow flies?
yeah.
Okay,
What I'd like to do is try to do it Monday, but next week, put it on our deal and that give us Monday and Tuesday to try to get it, and everybody that are working on it, get it done with that phase.
so yeah, that was my other question. It's gonna really just take a couple of days. And the increase in gravel would be,
Just say 200 yards, you know.
which we have,
You have to buy it.
we'll have to get some more, but this is kind of an emergency situation where it has to be fixed, correct? And so gravel would be better than,
Running.
are you guys all for that? Okay, yeah, I agree.
You're buying the gravel for $16 a ton, and if we were using, asphalt, you know, it's $180 a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
And we don't have any, I mean, it's not an option,
Right.
so.
Can we reuse those millions at some point or they just?
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
So where do you take the millings thing?
Well, what we would do is, put them down below the Hebrew shop for now, in that area, and then
The black sand.
sometime, yeah, and then sometime we had a hole or whatever we needed to fill up, we could use it for that,
Or fill.
just to get them out of there. We don't wanna leave them on site there, we just need to get them out of there completely.
So and this is still Forest Service Road, correct?
Correct.
You know,
And then that would make it, there would be no pothole asphalt on the Forest Service Road at all,
Well,
gravel?
yeah, that's the only stretch, and the county put that in there years ago.
Okay.
Like I say, it was a long time ago, Richard Skaggs was the boss.
And I think that if that road was back to dirt, it'd be easier to maintain.
Oh, by far, you just can't maintain this.
Just lay it. Yeah.
We're talking about that little stretch of asphalt on Lake Shore Drive, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
So we're talking about ripping it up.
Cameron gave an approval.
Oh, yeah, good.
After Thursday, 8%.
And like you say, a documented plus for the county on maintaining that road.
You said with the appropriate base, so then you put,
Would put gravel back in there. You know, and obviously we can do it, the least amount we could do, we still gotta do it right.
Right.
And. So that's kind of where we're at, so it's whatever you guys think.
Go ahead, I don't care. You?
I'm good with it.
I'm good.
Well, we'll put it on the schedule then for Monday, and we'll take Monday and Tuesday.
And this is just a maintenance point where you don't have to make a motion, correct?
Correct.
I just want,
No, that it's on record, so we don't have to
Yeah,
make
you
it
guys-
just.
yeah, you guys have said you're gonna take care, I mean, and do certain work on, like.
Yeah, we don't have to make
We-
a motion.
what, none of what the deal is here is we can't fill the potholes with asphalt. because we can't get any asphalt. They're not making it this year.
Oh.
And if we use what we have, we don't have any for anything else. And it's $180 a ton versus.
And then, you wanna bring up your
Oh, okay.
Sunshine Road?
So Sunshine Road is a county road. And right there, when it comes off the highway road, which is still called Broadway, right?
Yeah.
It's all torn, beaten up, and it's kind of almost dangerous to come off that road because of the holes and stuff. Is that our responsibility to make sure that we come onto that road more smoothly?
It's, the city usually does it, but we do a lot of, what happened is. We started maintaining that road for a long time, that's just a good example. But when we started maintaining, then we put millings on, and so basically it's our responsibility.
Okay, so it's our responsibility?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I know I was told that that's not the city road, so it's not their responsibility. So what I'm saying is there's complaints that when you come off that road, when you try to go on the road onto Broadway Street, it's all busted up and you have to turn and completely this way to see traffic coming. And then you spin out going out because it's all busted up, coming right off the road onto Sunshine Road.
I've never saw anybody stop there.
Hmm?
I never saw anybody stop.
Well, here's the thing, there's more traffic going down there with that,
Warehouse?
Yeah,
with the warehouse and all, with warehouse being there and with the exercise place being there, that there were complaints that coming off of it, there are people, there's a lot more traffic on it than there was.
I'll look at
So,
it, we'll do something.
You
with
can
it.
look at it
Yeah,
and you can see when you look at it.
I'm sure it's a lot of truck traffic now.
Would-
Yeah.
yeah.
Would gravel help or would you have to maybe,
No, we'll have to put gravel on,
okay,
yeah. We'll do something.
will you look at it?
Yeah.
Thank you, because it's commodities.
It's on
Okay,
Okay.
now. This was brought to my attention. Or our attention from, claims and on your new truck. So when you got your new truck, you got new tires,
Mhm.
summer tires. And then in December, you got, studs put on it.
Yeah,
Okay, so then again in October, you got more studs put on it. What was wrong with the studs that were on it?
tires are wore out.
So did
Yeah,
you wear them? Did you wear them out, not taking them off, or did you
No,
take
we
them off?
just wore the tires off, it put a lot of miles on, and then I put summer tires on, and now I'll run these tires until spring, and then I'll put summer tires back on. And then I'll put these tires back on it for the next fall.
You put a lot of miles on.
Yeah,
So the first year that you put studs on it, you only got one season out of those?
Yeah.
Is that all you're gonna get is one season out of them?
most of the time.
Okay.
You know, unless I don't drive anywhere. But they just wear out, you know,
So you can only get one season out of them?
pretty much.
Okay. You say so?
I know they're
No,
expensive.
it was just brought to our attention.
Yeah,
And I'm just asking about it and I'll take it to claims and say this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
unfortunately, it'd be nice to get more than one season, but you just
Did
can't.
I do okay or was it too mean?
Can always ask a question, ask the question about me.
I didn't know.
Okay, no, that,
Yeah. Ask and answer, right?
there it is.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So I guess if it does dry out, are you gonna try to hit the bus route again?
Yeah,
If it dries out, not freezes.
yeah, we're trying right now to get, well, I got one blade down in Rock Creek,
Yeah,
and we gotta get Ross's Fork taken care of in that road where it's all swapped off. So we're working on that this week. We're doing the hill right now, but there's so much standing water, you just can't get in.
oh, yeah.
So, but we got some pretty dang good days coming, and all next week's supposed to be great again, so. But,
After
yeah,
all the moisture we get this weekend.
exactly. Then, on the belly dump deal. I got one pound it's gonna be, they want a little over 50 for it, but I'm sure we can get them down lower than that. I've got them down to close to 50. But I would guess it's gonna be maybe 48. And I haven't got final hard number on it yet. I wanna make sure you guys are ready to still purchase it before I do that. You know,
Okay, did we talk about this? Refresh my memory.
we put 60 in the budget for it.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
And,
thank you.
No, you're good.
Who's it through?
I'm working with, transport equipment out of Missoula right now. Which should be
Okay,
local.
I couldn't remember if we
We did remember,
decided we needed
when
another
we did the
one.
budget, we moved money for it.
to save running, you know, that way another guy can do something else, you know,
Yeah.
instead of running 3 dump trucks, just run 2 probably don't speed.
Well, and then I'm renting one.
Rent,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
so I'll get some hard numbers and I'll bring them in and we'll go from there.
Yeah, bring it in and put it on, okay, open room. Anything else?
No,
are you back on 8 hours or no?
still on 410.
Is that something you have to get permission from the union for, or?
No, because it's on a same deal as it was for last
We
week.
have it in, we have an agreement now that, yeah, but you guys have the final say.
We have the approval whether when, yeah.
So what's your thought? You were thinking that maybe you wanted them back on 5/8?
When plow season comes, but not plowing yet.
Okay,
Yeah, I really think as long as we got weather, we're so far behind on blading, we better stay on these.
stay on
because-
the 10s.
Well, what happens, the weather gets cold and then you can't really even start blading until around 10. And then you need that afternoon to get something done. And as soon as the weather changes, obviously, you gotta flip back,
Yeah,
but
this
Okay.
weather pending,
Okay,
get more stuff done in town or day.
well, I just knew that the agreement was in October, usually they'd go back to the
right.
5/8, but now it's depending on weather. And last year you didn't go back to the,
And we split the shift last year. We had guys working Monday to Thursday and Tuesday to Friday. Is what we did last couple of years ago.
okay, so is that something that you'll be agreeable to again? Or do you want the 5/8 when the weather changes?
As long as people are out, yeah, are you asking all of it?
All of it.
Yeah, I don't really care as long as it's covered, that's,
Yeah.
and it was covered good, actually, I thought it worked good, to me. I can, if you get the guys that, you know.
We'll have to look at number of employees too, I guess, for this year. We're down.
Yeah, certainly, I mean, talk about it again when we start getting the
We'll
weather
get
and
to
go
it,
from
yeah.
there, you know.
Okay. So you found that splitting and making sure that someone worked on Friday worked okay for both ends?
It did work good.
Okay.
It has to have some there, but.
Yeah.
School, for some schools do,
Well,
some
yeah.
don't.
Cause the first Friday of every month, the school is open.
But then you gotta think of other people too, so, no, as long as there's always somebody there 5 days a week,
Yeah,
it's fine with me, if somebody.
How does it work on the Fridays?
we just,
Do you split 3
we split,
and 3 and then they work the whole county or what on the Fridays?
last year we split them 4 and 2. And that worked out really well. And actually, you know, like Drummond, for example, their bus route is. Oh, I mean, we have one road for the buses all now, you know, and Peaburg, we don't have to do Black Pine this year either. You know, the bus routes are getting less and less,
There's just not kids on the routes, or where they're kind of.
there's one kid at Black Pine and that's Chunk's kid, and he drives. You know, but. Yeah, I mean, it worked out well for the last couple of years anyway, split them like that, but. With that being said, we've had pretty good winters too.
Yeah,
Can you rotate the split so then something work like every other Friday or?
You know, we never did because everybody was just good with it. Staying Tuesday to Friday and the other guys were working Monday to Thursday. And nobody had any issues with it at all.
They just had guys on call for the weekend if needed.
Yeah, they come out anyway, you know, we just call whoever. But like, for example, anytime it's snowing, Perry, Johnny's out no matter what.
Yeah.
And it would get, there's just always someone that'll come out and work on the weekends. We haven't ever really had anybody designated you're on call because they want paid if they're on, you know what I mean?
They're on call, right?
Yeah, I mean, cause that's what we,
Yeah.
if they say, well, you're on call Saturday, well, you get a minimum of 4 hours of pay that day, whether you come in or not. So we've never done that before. We've always just did it on are you gonna be around, you know, type of deal.
Okay, so, my final question. We have a new hire. And we need to know to make sure that that new hire is going through the orientation and going through the checkoff of the orientation and the training. And do you remember as documentation to make sure they're trained so it doesn't cause any discrepancy and any that they were supposed to go through a checklist. If they're fully trained, you'd still go through the checklist and check them off and sign it off. Have you done that yet?
I haven't got any paperwork on this guy or anything at all, and I don't have your checklist.
So he's not employed yet?
No, we're waiting on this darn background. I was talking
Yeah,
to
that backgrounds here is the drug test, DOT drug test, that's what we're waiting on.
I think you guys could, it's conditional approval, I mean, so if you, I'd get him going and it's up to you guys, but get him going and he
bad,
could,
we
yeah,
just,
he's
you know,
probationary.
I mean, we gotta do something, it's been 3 weeks, I mean, what, it's a kind of embarrassing to hire somebody.
I don't think
Are
you're legally hired.
why are taking
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
they need
Let me double check that.
You'll never hire nobody when you hold it one at a time.
Right.
It'll never get nobody hired when it takes 3 weeks after they accept. You know, people are gonna start to look and go.
well, then I think it needs to be resolved.
But let me research the law, like it sounds like potentially there could be an issue there, they have to have that before you can actually begin. But
I think like background checks, I think we could like do that and then it comes back, get rid of them, but like DOT, federal drug test, I think. They have to pass that before they step foot on premises.
I'm certain that that's mandatory.
Okay,
But can you get around it by where not put him in old trucks and that, just do the other stuff? Can we still got to get in?
If you could just say you got hurt,
Oh,
and then it could come back on the county saying, well, you didn't pass this, you're supposed to pass it.
okay.
So, okay, he's been tested, they just haven't gotten anything back.
Correct. We're still waiting.
So what's the holdup?
I was on the phone with her all day yesterday.
They're backed up. I know some people that just did it for the state, and it took a while too, because they're so backed up doing it,
And they ship them out, ship the results back.
you know.
There's a lot of hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah, it's out of our hands, really. I mean, we're pushing hard.
Yeah, I've been.
Emailed a couple times yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't know that, I thought he was
I
already
can
working.
bring, you know, I wouldn't know. I can bring it up.
Okay, so we do remember the checkoff list that we looked at and we decided that we were going to do,
yeah, he created,
And that was
there's a
for every
policy,
new
yeah,
employee.
there's a policy.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have that. And that's just something, when I asked you that, I thought he was already employed. And we wanna make sure that we get that orientation figured out and done and back in his file so that there isn't any repercussions down the line, whether or not he's been trained or not.
So I'll need one of those.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I haven't brought it, or we haven't brought it up.
We haven't hired anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I know,
sure.
but that's why I asked.
No, that's good.
I thought
Yeah.
that he had been hired.
That's why I was calling
No.
on Friday.
That's why you were calling,
Yeah,
okay.
Your phone is on.
why not?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, that was just my,
Right.
and we have those forms and we have that
I'll get
check
that
off.
to him.
And it goes through all the equipment,
Mhm.
and I guess would that be Paul's duty to do that and then check off to make sure and then turned in for his file? And then we have documentation that that person is trained in everything,
Sure,
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we just.
no, I get it. That's,
Yeah.
send that to you, Paul.
What phone number?
I got hold of Paul too and talked to him about this, that's why I wanted to, I can bring it up. Just wait till it can get through, I don't know what you can do. You don't believe me?
I'm not being a butt in.
Trust but verify.
Yesterday.
Locked up spam and everything.
Do not.
Friday, or
Oh,
As yesterday, Scott Mobile. Older. Whatever it was.
Alright,
Okay,
it's verified.
verified,
Yeah.
but you didn't leave a message.
anyway, what else for the road?
I think that's it. Isn't that enough havoc?
Good talk.
Alrighty, well, other than that, I guess we'll move on, thanks.
All right, sounds good. See you later.
Thanks, Paul.
I'll
Thank
get that
you.
to you when I find it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Paul.
Yep.
Alright, we'll go into the solid waste district report, weekly report. We didn't, I didn't have no big updates, waiting on Kessler to look at backhoe. Is all he said, and then John's the same stuff. I'll bring, yesterday the backhoe came in from Iowa Falls. I went and looked at it. It's really, really nice. Now we're gonna talk and see and make a deal on it. And go from there, we'll take that loan out and then it'll pay it back. And we've all talked about it, but we'll know more. It just got here yesterday and he'll start getting the paper, you're trying to talk him down on prices. So, and then the other one, Rick got the wire fixed and put back, but they're still, we'll just put it out as surplus.
Yeah,
Okay, so are you saying that this talk right here and now is whether we decide we're going to buy that backhoe?
We can, but let's wait till we get the
Okay,
guaranteed price, so
Okay.
we're not.
Probably next week.
okay,
We'll just put it on again next week, but I just now, it just got here and he didn't wanna talk no prices until he looked at it and then him and I'll sit down. I met with a different guy there yesterday and I ran it and it's really nice, it's really nice.
so, yeah, I see we need it, I agree. Also want the public to know that this is going to be a loan from PILT. And we can do an interfund loan.
Correct.
And it doesn't have to be in this budget period, we can start payments in next year's budget period to pay back for buying the backhoe, which is an emergency situation.
Correct.
That's legal.
When we talked about the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks, 3 4 weeks.
Well, we
Yeah.
got a little flack saying that we weren't allowed to go beyond the budget and that the auditor didn't feel that the purchase was, but that's not up to the auditor to decide what the commission purchases.
Yeah, that was one of the things they were saying is, issue with cash, but using PILT takes care of that issue. What were you talking about on loan, though? Are they gonna offer a loan too, or are you meaning, or just a purchase price? Or are you gonna be,
Purchase price.
okay, alright.
I mean, we could go to talk to him about it, but we already,
Here's the thing,
he'll come in, I'll have him come in.
if we're going to do the loan, the purchase price, we're saving by doing the loan out of PILT instead of paying interest.
And the interest is up again, so it'd be up in that 7 to 9%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on 70,000.
And this is something that with an interfund loan, we don't have to put any interest on it.
Correct, yeah, so you could charge it if you, but
Yeah.
it's your
Cause we
decision.
sat, and we talked about, it, and Lance went and did the home, brought the stuff in, the homework on it, so we're good.
So I guess the issue would be, I mean, you could approve the purchase there and then direct me to draft the resolution, you can have that twice. But you have to think about what, you know, what the, I guess the payments would be, or how you're gonna, where you want
Well,
that.
Ashley, well, mention that to Scott, or just not Scott, Ashley, and she can look, see what's coming in, what, but do it yearly or whatever.
Yeah, well, you can just budget whatever you think, how many years it's gonna take to pay it off, and then you just book it every year,
Correct.
and it's easy.
Pretty
to-
simple.
Yeah,
What, it's in the 50,000 range, or what is
70.
it, 70? So, yeah, how you guys structure that payback is your discretion.
on that note, on the agenda item. For 1020. The truck purchase for county extension agent, we can do that, an interfund loan. For that truck, because it's an emergency situation.
Oh,
And
you want to
book
look
it-
at,
And
Built
book
on
it
that.
for, next fiscal year.
Correct.
so it, actually do a resolution on, the combined resolution on both of those. if you
Yeah.
wanna. Yeah,
And this is the reason this was in question is. I know there was a question to me about, okay, so we've used. PILT as supplements to budgets. And there's been no interfund loan or payback, which because we had to supplement that budget. This is entirely different. This is an emergency situation where we're borrowing from PILT and the fund will pay back.
It's an unseeable expense that
Yeah.
came up like
Yeah.
we talked, and stuff like this just comes up where you can't. you
Yeah,
don't
we
have
do,
enough,
yeah.
You know. No, I think we've done the homework.
Okay.
I'm totally agree with what, how we said. it.
yeah, I do too. The other issue was the solid waste, what did you bring up with that? The sell of the backhoe, I put that on the agenda then,
Oh,
or
no.
gonna, or if you're.
Yeah, we can do that when it comes, you know.
We have enough items, okay.
Cause we still have the rental and they quit charging rent on it, so I just soon get that out of there before something.
Yeah.
And we still have our own insurance, blah, blah, and then, but he said he could probably have it up there at the end of the week, I said, that's fine. You know, and just try it and see what you, make sure it works and we'll go from there,
Yeah.
put it on the agenda for next week to purchase of it.
So, yeah, we'll need to let Mako know
Yeah.
then, that one.
And then, did we ever hear anything from the union lady?
No, I emailed her, what you mean, you're not meeting on, you're meeting on, Megan? Yeah, I think she did.
end
of the-
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
later.
I just wanna make sure that we heard, so.
Yeah, they won't be here, so.
But she did email
She
you,
did
right?
email, yeah, she has no changes.
Are we still discussing his job description?
Yes,
So,
That's
but
on
Megan,
the-
I'm not yelling at you behind it, yes,
but Megan didn't have any changes,
No,
sounds like.
correct.
so, well, alrighty. Well, on that note, we'll go ahead and go into the dam tenders report. It's at 64.27, it's 20.16 below. Last week was, or 2 weeks ago was 22.08, so we're getting it.
What's in flow?
So it must be a little over 6.
Should we do 10, start going up to 10 or stay at?
I would stay at 6.
I think, yeah, it's, once we start getting, you know, to keep saying we're gonna get moisture and we'll just leave it 6, we can always up it. Just keep gaining as, you know.
Okay, in this situation being at 6, naturally, for the electricity sales, it's not gonna be as great.
No, that's a problem this time of year, you know, the price of the power goes up, but we gotta lower just to fill, it's just an offset that
Okay,
ain't nothing we can do.
I'll motion to keep it at 6 CFS.
I second.
Anybody opposed? On favor?
I,
And carried.
oh,
Okay, well, we have a few minutes before we go to the town of Phillipsburg municipal general election. Think no, we're back. All right, no, we can go into it, sorry, I was reading that other. All right, so we'll go ahead into town of Phillipsburg municipal general election canvas discussion decision.
Sarah Graham, clerk recorder, election administrator. Here. So with the new with the legislation, one of their new things is that they really want to make sure that the number of ballots that are counted and reported are also the same number of ballots that are accepted, which, you know, is normal. But anyway, so on the first page, you can see the printout that I have from the computer from our election system. And you can see that we accepted 185 ballots for Phillipsburg precinct 1 and 127 ballots from Phillipsburg precinct 2. And on the next page, see from what we tallied, it is the 312,
Okay,
the 185.
before we go any further.
Okay.
Because of the fact that you did the election by precinct. Is only because it was easier for your system to do it by precinct,
Yeah,
because the town of Phillipsburg is one more.
yeah, one more.
And so the only thing is it's split by precinct, because your system
Yeah,
requires it, but it's still actually the town of Phillipsburg. Or
one more, right. Exactly. Okay.
You wanna sit?
I can sit down. Okay, so anyway, so you can see on there that it is the 312 total.
Okay, so the next page for you guys, right?
Right, so for what you guys need to do, yeah, what Blanche's talking about, I mean, just like in the federal ones, you're going through the numbers. So on the next page, we've got the tally sheets from the hand count. And so you guys will be looking at that and Blanche will be reading off the
Okay.
numbers. You've got precinct
I mean,
one.
you remember doing it that way.
Yeah, so we've got precinct 1 on this sheet and then the other sheet is precinct 2.
So this is because they were hand counted, you didn't machine run them.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay. Ready?
ready.
Go for it.
Oh. My Jacqueline Butler. In precinct 125.
Yep.
And in precinct 220.
Oh, it's easier for them if you just run through the precinct 1.
Oh,
They've
okay.
got all that.
Sorry.
Yeah, then they don't
Okay.
have to flip
All
through.
right.
I'm sorry, I wasn't more
Sorry.
clear on that.
My bad. Okay. And, and Fillmore, 153.
Yep.
And the undervote was 7. Is that on the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. For council person, the top 3, Charlie Fritz at 89.
Yep.
Gary Fujinami, is 109.
Yep.
Josh Henderson, 104.
Yep.
Sue Kelly, 52.
Yep.
John
okay.
Lagay, 88. I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the write-in was 40. And the undervote was 72.
Correct, yep.
Okay. Now, precinct 2. Jacqueline Butler, 20.
Yep.
Ann Fillmore, 92.
Yes.
Undervote 15.
Yep.
Charlie Fritz, 46.
Yep.
Gary Fujiyami, 59.
Yep.
Josh Henderson, 79.
Yep.
Sue Kelly, 36.
Yep.
John Lagay, 56.
Yep.
Write-in, 28.
Yep.
Undervote, 77.
Yep.
Okay, so the total grand total out of what, 549 registered voters voted 312, which is a total of 50.
Yeah.
Is that anything else we need to?
I don't think so. I've got this sheet that has all the totals. So that it's all in one sheet that you guys can sign and stamp that those are the numbers.
Okay, so we have to sign this.
Yeah. So.
Okay, now what was the question where the, available,
Right here.
there were available 291 ballots and only 185 returned? Is that what you were saying that has to be, does that have to be stated?
Now, I think it's that, yeah, that the number, the 185 ballots that we accepted,
Okay, So-
that we didn't report more than that, or the 312, that, you know, the total 312, we didn't report more than that, which is what.
okay, so this was issued, there was 291 in precinct 1 and accepted 185.
185, right.
And then in precinct 2, there was 263 issued and 127
Accepted.
for a total of
Yeah.
312.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
We don't stamp that, cause that's an over, we don't.
I think, yeah, the date that it's,
Well, they put the date on.
Oh, okay.
We had.
Does it need,
yeah, probably not, because,
Because last time we got told we're not.
you would seal it, right?
yeah, I'll
Put
see
it- she'll
it.
put the
I'll,
seal on.
yeah. So it's
I didn't think
just
we
need to
had
have your signature on it.
Any public comment on this?
So that concludes the canvas then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, election administrator.
Did Matt?
Sure. We can just, yeah. I think you already took care of it, okay?
All right, so next will be the volunteer county board application, discussion decision.
Do we have to make a motion on that election?
Yeah, I would, yeah. Prove the canvas, yeah.
I'd entertain a motion then for the
So what would
municipal
you-
general election canvas.
To approve the canvas of the municipal election 2025.
We make a motion that we accept the results
Yeah,
from the town of Phillipsburg municipal general election canvas.
Second,
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried, pass. We'll go ahead into the application for volunteer board, the first one from Chris Cooney. Government Review Committee,
So what board does he want to be on? Oh, the government review?
Compensation.
compensation, board. Compensation.
Oh, the
review.
compensation.
Yeah.
For Granite County. Or for the
Is
town of
he
Phillipsburg.
reapplying or was he on?
There's one vacant spot. He's
so there'd be
Filling
county,
this.
the
For
county,
the county,
county's
okay,
compensation board.
okay.
So we can do a motion on each one of these as we go through.
I make a motion, we accept Chris Cooney's application to be on, the compensation, Granite County Compensation Board.
I'll second it.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor? Motion carried, pass. Next one's Bradley Rathke, and it's on application for advisory committee, Granite County Airport Board. Was there an opening on this then?
he's renewing.
I just tried.
Or no, there is an opening. Yes, on the airport.
Yeah.
Yep. This is,
Is he renewing or is he new?
no, he's
Okay.
new.
This is new.
Okay.
He's new.
He thought he was on.
Oh,
He thought
yeah.
he was on, so I thought we could be.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye before.
I make a motion to accept Bradley Radke's application to be on the Granite County Airport Board. Is that right?
I'll second it.
Public comment,
I remember this.
being none,
Okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
Next one's Doug Benton, he wants to be on the Twin Creek Fire Service Area,
Which is a renewal. He's been on.
this a renewal.
I make a
We
motion.
have, there's two of them.
Oh, two, okay,
You were wrong. Okay.
there's your other one. So do we move to one motion, both of those?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they're both renewals.
Okay. Okay, I make a motion that Doug Benson and Joseph Bravender their application be accepted for the Flint Creek Fire Service Area.
Second it.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried back. The next one's a McDonald excavation permit application for mining the Montana DEQ zoning compliance review discussion decision. Is this the one that we did this once before, or was
A
it?
similar one,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know if it's McDonald excavation, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was
That's the first one
under.
I've ever seen.
But the issue that's before the county commission is if they're in compliance with the zoning, my understanding.
Right,
Yeah, there's no zoning though, right?
Yeah, it's unless it's around Georgetown, there's no zoning.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only place. I'd entertain a motion then on this.
So what's he applying for?
So, make this a
Gravel pit.
mining permit with Montana.
It'd be gravel, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the application.
So, yeah, the
So
motion would be
we
there's
could
no issues with
No
zoning,
issues.
yeah.
And we think I to do it every other year, every year. Remember we did it with ours out at the.
Yeah, there is
They just gotta be updated so that they're still bonded and not through DEQ.
they probably want a letter too,
Yeah,
So
I
the
know
motion
it's
to
signed.
accept,
yeah, so
just motion to accept.
I think it's yeah, motion to accept that there's no,
Zoning.
zoning is being complied with, because there's no zoning issues.
I'll motion to accept zoning compliance for McDonald Excavation Inc.
I second that motion.
Public comment? Moving none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried down. Okay, we're kind of jumping right through, but we'll go ahead into the truck purchase for county extension agent. Did he find one?
He was looking, I don't know for sure. I don't know if he was coming or.
And we talked about this as taking it out of the Hilton and they pay it back. Their loan.
Do the extension budget then over time.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I wrote him yesterday and he didn't write me back.
I guess we'll put it back on, so when he comes, if he finds one, then we can go through and see how much they'll pay. Quarterly or whatever.
So this in itself is another thing that we would purchase it without going through the process of financing it through the company. We'd purchase it through PILT and then we would budget for the following year for him to make the payments back to PILT. So it'd be an interfund loan. And that would save the interest and would save county agent for the county extension office.
Sounds good to me, we'll just put it back on the agenda for next week and then Ben can come in and see what he's found and we'll make a discussion decision for next week.
Sounds good.
All right, well, we got a few minutes, so.
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick.
Has everybody signed in?
They're working on it.
Okay, thanks.
Chairs up here, if someone, sit up here. Chair. There's a couple.
Here, just answer your word.
I showered. Do we have them, papers from Mother Seed, just?
You have,
They had comments from McDonald's this morning.
that one's right here, and then you have a whole stack of emails, public comment. Well, he just has all the emails, but he has Donovan's
So
stuff.
did you kind of look at this and realize what, did we have to put that on the agenda or something, or what do you think? It's a.
Sure, that'll be great in response, we already covered it, already, so, which one's fun, we're not talking about it.
Donovan's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, for a couple. This,
Hopefully that.
the options that are available.
You guys call for the printer, applicant stuff yet? Monday,
Yeah, they signed.
I signed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was easy.
Right on time.
The public, sure.
So
So, need a copy with the airport and. Make more copies.
They went to. So, is it supposed to go? There's nothing like that, it was just. The next one,
Oh, this is so just,
I don't know if it's part of that or not.
oh, it must be, yeah.
Just think.
It's a fucking thing.
Alright, go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't have.
I like
phone.
Oh my God. That's how we are.
Sitting there, call the cast.
We got, we have,
There's a few chairs up here.
we're gonna wait for Don. Sure.
Yeah. Time is it?
10:13, we still got 2 minutes.
It can't.
Kinda jumped through that stuff, but I thought maybe, Ben would be here to have some, you know, some found a truck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been looking, but he might still pop up.
Up there. Can you stare at?
Super fun.
Can you stare at?
Sometimes, you know, when we keep adding on to Lake Shore,
What?
you know, like how we keep adding on to Lake Shore. Money. So I don't know what to do for that stuff there. Is there a point? Or we're just gonna.
So what we need to do is, I think we need to look at the meeting.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah, let's look at the. Yeah. Gas taxes. Yes. It's about just. Yeah.
But it's just some pieces and I know you're thinking, yeah.
When it's all looking down. And make sure that
You like see it from your house? Yeah. 500 kids, the old ones still buy them, so you can get.
Who's gonna be here?
Later.
We hope so. That's why I said
Yeah, he is.
character.
Yeah, but there's 15 minutes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So she feel that it's.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah. Can you move it upstairs?
Yeah. Actually, like, most of the ones that upstairs.
Can we move this?
Yeah.
We won't have shoes there, but. Or will we?
I could. I can do audio, I'm not
They just
video.
keep coming, people aren't gonna hear, so I think we better move it upstairs.
You want?
Yeah, hey Blaine,
Yeah,
due to the fact that there's more and more people, I think we better move it upstairs.
yeah, so, yeah, the people outside.
So let's go ahead and move up, we get a few people to help us set up chairs and we'll move it upstairs. It is important.
You can talk to some 3 or 4, maybe squeeze in at one top.
Yes, they're not having.
Is that all upstairs or no?
We're gonna move it upstairs.
I'll go.
I think the girls must have our distribution feeding back into the rail.
Railroad after that.
Yeah, that's
We're
what.
gonna move it. We're gonna go upstairs.
Let me put that one to one. Yeah, yeah. Or you want, look at mine here.
That's where it was. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, that was their ball.
Never gets any sun.
Hey, I'm calling.
And there's. They represent two. As two kinds.
But yeah, 9 hours. Yeah.
I get sent to judge's chair?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right, Scott, he's the chair.
Let's try this, I don't.
Stay here. So they.
Yeah, so I.
Yes, I heard that the. There's.
No, but I can make one. Yeah.
For airport.
It was good there.
She wants video. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. And I'm sorry, you know. I don't.
They've been through the other.
Queen Scott just said audio, we fine.
Guess I could turn it towards the crowd. Put it on the skin. Got my drink. Yeah.
Easy bring you one.
No.
Caller, I didn't. Everybody signed in? Oh, it's right there, okay.
I've been here, yeah.
Put a share over there for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Thank you.
Yeah, he's kind of hiding back there.
I think you should.
I think you'd be in,
I think
you'd be in the judge's chair.
me? I like to. Sit and come.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Still have a few minutes, we're waiting for everybody. Before we get started though, I'll ask to shut the phones off and have respect for other people talking. We'll make sure the meeting, if everybody's got to respect each other, and we'll try to get to everybody and work through it, see what we can figure out. You can set it on that table and then somebody comes in. Thank you. We'll have you sit up here, Donald. Are you guys ready, please? Okay. You.
There's all these people?
No. For everybody. Alrighty, we're about a minute ahead, but we'll go ahead and get started on this. You wanna start out, Donovan?
You guys tell me how you wanna handle it.
Well, we'll go ahead and we can go in. Has everybody looked at the options there is for the lights? I guess we could start out with a couple of comment on it and then we can answer questions.
Let's start.
Let's just do that and we'll just start it. Okay, we're gonna, hey, we don't have, okay? All right, and we'll probably just start on one side and we're gonna try to get to everybody. And then when you get up, state your name and go ahead and say how you feel and go from there. We'll start.
I'm just curious, if it's possible to get some background information on how it's that kind of thing, so we all.
Give a kind of heads up.
Yeah, just kind of what the background is and.
Sure, that's pretty simple. So any airport that has a lighted runway has to have a beacon with the FAA requirement. This airport had a beacon, I don't know when it worked, but in September 22, it fell down, we got a grant from the state to replace it. And that grant was approved, so the project commenced. That's just pretty short story.
Can you give more detail? It's just.
Could you state your name and that when you talk? You'll have to stand up. I should have said.
So Jennifer Slater, I just. Get a better clarification of what the definitions are. So, can I go to the picture of it? Give me some detail.
Sure, so any options that we present, let me back up a little bit. So like I said before, in the airport that has a lighted runway, has to have a beacon. That beacon, according to the FAA, is to operate from sunset to sunrise. And that's it, that's what the FAA requirement is for airports that have lighted runways. So runway lights themselves can be operated by pilot controlled, so when an airplane comes in, they can feed a mic, the runway lights come on. There is a statement from the FAA, again, it's 8.1.1 in an advisory circular that says specifically excludes the beacons from being pilot controlled. So that the FAA does mandate that you can't do that. I know we listed that as one of the options. I understand that this airport isn't really used at night, so there's not a big need to have a beacon. The benefits of having the beacon are, number one, if someone's coming in that doesn't have a radio for some reason, they have a problem with their airplane. They need to get it on the ground, it's nighttime, they can't turn the lights on because they don't have a radio. At least if they had the beacon, they would know that there's an airport there and they have a safe place going in. It's also used for navigation. If someone's flying west and trying to get to Missoula and they're flying VFR, they can use the beacon as a point of reference if it's a dark sky and understand where they're at in space and time. We proposed options knowing that they're not going to meet the FAA requirements, but with the understanding that the airport's not really used at night that often. It's basically just people that are late. They tried to get here during daytime, for some reason they couldn't. They're coming in an hour or so after sunset, so it's not, I mean, we're not having planes coming in here at 1 o'clock in the morning or anything, but there are cases where people are trying to get in here when it's dark. So of all these options we presented, we had our engineering company look at them and they said that the pilot controlled lighting with an obstruction light, so there would be a red light on top of the beacon, it's on all the time. As an alternate that was supposed to be on there anyway, we excluded that just because it's right next to a power pole and the beacon itself is kind of an obstruction light. So if we do put it on pilot controlled lighting, everyone has to understand that we are not following FAA requirements. So, you know, we're doing all this work at the airport out of an aspect of safety. We're trying to
make it match every other airport that anybody flies into, so it's not odd. The pilot, I mean, they got plenty to do to land the plane, they don't need to understand that this airport has all these oddities they need to be aware of. So the pilot controlled lighting makes the most sense, so when someone's coming in, they can turn the beacon on, the runway lights on, and they can land the airplane, but like I said before, if there's an issue where someone needs to get their plane on the ground, they got no reference, then they might as well just crash into the field, we're not helping them.
And my bad, I should introduce him, this is Don, when he's chairperson of the airport board.
I probably should have done that myself. One other thing too with the whole beacon, I mean, that it's gonna come down to funding as well. I mean, that we got a grant from the state, we spent every penny of it to put that beacon up exactly as it is, with the understanding that it was gonna work like every other airport beacon. So if there is a modification to it, we're gonna have to come up with the money to fund that somehow, you know, but the pilot control lighting thing is approved. It's about $5,000 to do that, either to tie into the initial pilot control lighting or put a whole new system in for it. It's not, I mean, I can't just snap my fingers and make it happen. But that will need to be discussed as well.
Any other, then we'll start going through and. Go ahead.
Joan Williams. I'm just wondering, what are the other local area airports that do have lighting as far as alternative landing?
I don't understand the questions, alternative landing site?
If, where else could a plane land? Near here.
Any other airport around us that has a lighted runway has a beacon that operates from sunset to sunrise. Anaconda, Deer Lodge, Hamilton, Stevensville. Drummond doesn't have any lighting.
Used to have a beacon. Sure.
Robert, is an option to, not have a lighted.
In my opinion, no. The whole reason we're doing these improvements to the airport is for safety and for public access. I mean, we have firefighting aircraft coming in and out of here already. The goal is to be able to get fixed wing medevac in here so that if one of you gets hurt or has a heart attack, you don't have to get loaded into a helicopter, go to another airport, get on a fixed wing airplane and go to a hospital that can take care of you. You'd be able to get packaged up right here. It goes directly where you need to go. You're shaking your head.
Okay, so we're gonna start over here and go
Anybody
through.
back up the airport?
Well,
I'll answer that for you. Scott's looking at me, so I'll get this started. Jack Foster. So one of the options I don't see on here is no night flights at all, which I think most people are, in for. I like the lighted runway. I like the beacon for emergency use. We have staff that can get down to the airport and manually operate this. As far as the medevac, it seems to me that that's a big push on why we're gonna have the beacon, why we have night flights. A fixed wing medevac plane has only been called out twice, 17 years. Once it landed in Anaconda, once it landed here, both daytime landings. I don't know if there's ever, they couldn't come because it was not operating at night, but we just redid a helipad. The hospital calls Flight for Life first. For the medevac plane, you still have to get someone from the hospital or, wherever the accident is to the runway. Now, it's my understanding we don't even have a full-time ambulance corps right now. The hospital is just not gonna, at this time, they're not gonna use a fixed wing medevac plane. The other thing that, I would suggest, we're talking about funds for the pilot controlled system. And maybe we are charging, but why are we not charging for private people to land at our public facility? If someone wants to land at night, we can have a charge, we could go down, manually operate the airport beacon and, charge them $500, $1,000, which would pay for the infrastructure. Now, behind all this, there is a $6 million infrastructure package in the form of a federal grant that is available to us with 10% matching funds that would come in the form of county taxes. $5.4 million in a federal grant, which is our tax money anyway, and a $600,000 tax levy of some kind to fund the future infrastructure of the airport. So just so everyone knows, that's coming up too. All the more reason we should have people using the airport pay for its use.
Thank you. Matt?
We're together, sorry. I don't really have anything to add to what Jack just said. We both understand airport safety, having a lighted runway if someone does need to land at night, but we live right next to the airport. Lived there several years. We've lived in town several years. There's hardly ever anyone flying in it. So I do think it makes sense to consider the option that we don't need to have an airport that operates 24/7 or runs it.
Next.
Luke Ulatowski, I'm reporting for the Peterborough Mail, and I had no. I'm Andy Sheetermeyer. Not a pilot, former school teacher, that's why I'm saying up front. But I have some strong feelings about this. As one who's lived in Bush, Alaska for over a decade, I've seen beacon lights. Also, as an amateur astronomer that likes to look at stars with a telescope, I was, frankly, not in favor of a light they put on the end of Duffy Street without, any input from me. I understand we need lights in the city. However, Christmas is coming up, and imagine not being able to appreciate the Christmas lights you've got on your trees because my lights in front of my house totally destroyed that effect that I want to have. When I heard about this, it seemed like it was kind of under the cover, that this was not, a very publicized event. I just wanted to definitely show up and give my opinion. A while back, I don't know if some of you remember, there was a Learjet or some kind of a big jet that crashed at the airport. It was, I think, a daytime, it may have been I'm not sure, when was that? Do you know?
The Pilatus you're talking about?
Yeah,
That wasn't a jet, it was a turboprop, it hit
it was,
the air.
it was a big turboprop, probably
It was
15
Pilatus.
passengers. Okay, and
Well-
it wrecked the plane and sat there on the runway for months before it was repaired and taken out of
It
it.
wasn't on the runway, it was on the apron.
Okay, but yeah, she drove by, you could see this big plane. My opinion was that this Riddick Airfield needs to have deer fences, 8-10 feet high. Why do we have such small, and they crashed into a deer on the runway? So, I mean, that is definitely something that needs to be fixed before any beacon is put up. Number two, I've seen beacons, and when I heard that this could be seen all the way to Georgetown Lake, I understand that. This is something that's going to be 24/7. No, I'm sorry, not my town. 24/7, ridiculous. Now, somebody did have a good suggestion about something where, a pilot in many airfields I've seen, they have, the ability to activate the runway. Half an hour before they get there, that's fine. You bring in people, whoever with their planes. If the knowledge is out that this plane or this airport only has this ability, then pilots coming through the area, they shouldn't be coming if they don't have radio access. And now, it's very very seldom that somebody loses their ability to have radio. But if the knowledge is out that this airport does not have that ability, then they will steer clear of our airport at night. So let's see, what other factors?
Well, we're gonna have to make it kind of
Okay.
quicker. I'm
So,
not being rude, but we got a lot of, hold on, talking. We got a lot of people here, so I want
Yeah.
to try to get everybody involved, okay?
Okay,
We'll
thank you.
keep going. Next.
My name is Jennifer Slater and I live up on 50 flat and I am an amateur night watcher. I moved here for the dark skies at night, and so obviously, as soon as I heard about this was a very. I moved to this town because I want the rural based. I love rural. I want to stay rural. I'm trying to stay in a rural place, and I'm okay if it shuts down at night. That's what it takes to keep us small and community based. And so I don't care if they can't come in at night. I mean, like I said, we got that, and I really appreciate your comments. I feel like that information was very helpful. Thank you.
Next.
Just to think, I'm actually here to listen and really see what we need. I also live in Whiskey Flats. I do like the dark skies and looking out at night, so I don't want to lose that, but I do understand. We do have to evolve for something that makes most of what you're talking about is emergency landing and that, right? Needing that without radioactivity, you're talking about emergency landings. I'm just mostly here to listen.
Thank you.
John Bennett, town resident. I just have a question about, obstruction lights on the power lines that are just to the north of the airport. Is that something that's gonna be?
It hasn't been contemplated, it's not in the ALP, the FAA didn't see that as a safety thing.
Usually when there's, excuse me, if there's anything up in the air like the beacon.
It's out of the glide path though, it's clear enough of the glide path that it's not anything that requires inspection. It's a 20 to full.
Next.
Steve Demenchu, resident, yes. I'm here to hear both sides of the issues. Being former sheriff, I'm very interested in all the safety aspects of this community and keeping this a good, solvent community is part of safe. But we also have to know that